In a period in which technological advancement has accelerated dramatically, vehicles utilizing clean fuels have grown in popularity. Electric cars, or EV, have especially become more attractive as motorists of purely conventional vehicles feel the pain at the pump. Vehicles powered by clean energy are obviously environmentally friendly. Here we've got on BMW, which has seized the lead in EV among luxury car brands. The EV trend has become quite strong in 2022. Thanks go to BMW, which steered the industry way back in 2013, after more than 50 solid years of research. So, Mr. Alexander Balaka, president of BMW Group Thailand, is the best person to talk to if we discuss the current EV market penetration. Talk about for the electric vehicle, and you are the leader premium EV car in the future as well. So I want to know what is the strategy that you adapt to the new customer for the new segment of the electric vehicle car.
I mentioned that there's a huge escalation in the demand of the electric vehicles.
Yeah, very huge, right?
Exactly, and I think to a certain extent it came to a surprise, not only in Thailand but to many of us. But in hindsight, it was actually very, very clear because coming back to our Thai consumers and Thai customers, they are always expecting the latest of innovations. And for us, the cars we launched lately, specifically battery electric vehicles, are the latest of innovations we have brought to market.
How does BMW Group distinguish than other competitors in EV car?
Well, first of all, we very much focus on the power of choice.
Yes.
And that's a very, very important aspect of the BMW Group. There's still an incredible amount and variety of different mobility patterns around the world. If I take, for instance, myself, I live in Bangkok. I do not, on average, travel more than 10 kilometers a day. But if you go, for instance, to South America, or if you go to the US, where people commute still an average 250 kilometers. That's a lot, right? So you can see the difference between 5 kilometers and 250. And so there is a huge, huge difference in mobility demands.
Yes.
And that's why we believe in the power of choice, where we offer still various different ways of drivetrains, battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and internal combustion engines, which are compiling with the latest efficient standards.
Right now, Thailand government has a regulation for the car that import from China get the tax exemption. And how about BMW? It's an automobile from Europe. How you compete with the China market?
Same time where we produce cars in Europe, which we can bring into Thailand, but we also produce electric vehicles in China. So for instance, our BMW iX3, that car is produced in China, which we can bring in as part of the free trade agreement to Thailand. But as you see also that you mentioned there's other Chinese manufacturers taking advantage of this free trade agreement. But I see that very positively, I must say, because first of all, we differentiate between the non-premium segment and the premium/luxury segment.
Yes.
BMW obviously is part of the premium luxury segment.
Yeah, premium luxury.
Whereas we are more the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the total passenger car market. But at the same time, because of the mass market, the non-premium segment, there will be a huge acceleration in helping building infrastructure. Because at the end, the infrastructure for a non-premium electric vehicle or premium electric vehicle, the necessities are the same and the requirements are the same. So altogether, at the end, the consumers, they will only benefit as many partners and OEMs will enter Thailand with electrified vehicles.
Oh, it's great. I like your intuition that you say finally it's a benefit for the consumer.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how about the consumer who interested, still want to buy their fossil fuel car?
Yeah.
But sometimes they might not be sure for the future because trend of electric car is coming, right?
Yeah.
How about the maintenance in the future? How about the auto park in the future that will available in the market or not?
Well, I mentioned the power of choice, right? right? So that's embedded in our long-term strategy. We strongly believe, again, that mobility patterns and needs in the world are very different, and even in Thailand are very different, right? The people who live in Bangkok drive less mileage versus people who live upcountry, they drive more mileage. So first of all, we are very much committed to the power of choice. We're very much committed in making sure to provide the most efficient and sustainable drivetrains to our consumers, whether it's an internal combustion engine, whether it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, or whether it's a battery electric vehicle.
Yes.
You will always be sure that we are complying with the most sustainable ways of drivetrains. Having said that, our BMW retail partner network is intrinsic, is of utmost importance as part of our customer satisfaction centricity programs and strategies, which means that our BMW dealer network around the country will always serve our consumers independent of which drivetrains they have, and making sure that they stay mobile and can expect the best of qualities when it comes to service and sales of new cars or used cars even. And that's for the decades to come.
Yes. The Russian and Ukraine war is having a domino effect on the global economy. German automobile manufacturer BMW has inevitably been directly affected by the war. The next question that I would like to ask you about Russian-Ukraine conflict maybe have to effect for the semiconductor, the raw material to produce the automobile. Does BMW get this effect?
Yes, we do actually. We do, but I also acknowledge that with BMW Group Thailand as well as BMW AG, we are extremely flexible, and our production network is extremely flexible, as well as our suppliers are extremely flexible. So that's why, yes, there was an impact, but we always try to keep that impact as low as possible for us as a producer and retailer, but as well, obviously, then at the end for our customers. And semiconductor shortage, we've seen that in all industries, not only in the automotive industries, for the last 2.5 years, but also for different reasons, right? First driven through the pandemic, and then now driven through different aspects driving the world currently. After all, I think it's important to acknowledge that we see light at the end of the tunnel. We see that the semiconductor shortage is improving, at least for us. We changed our supplier strategies significantly to cope with the demand and to significantly ramp up the production of battery electric vehicles or electrified vehicles.
We have discussed the business aspect. Now I am curious as to what Mr. Alexander Baraka's manner of work is and what it's like being president of BMW Group Thailand. As you are the leader and CEO of BMW Group in Thailand, what is your philosophy for your work?
My philosophy for work? Well, my philosophy for work is basically enriching, engaging all our employees and retail partners as much as I can. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're delivering a product, but there's always people involved, right? And it's making sure that everybody feels happy as a happy place within BMW, and collaboration is of utmost importance. And collaboration not only with our suppliers, but also with our BMW retail partners, and that's our strength, I'd like to say, specifically shown over the last 2.5 years, but also then exceeding expectations of our consumers, having a strategy not only short term, but really midterm and long term. And those strategies, whether short, mid or long term, should always focus and center around our customer needs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alexander. I have you in my business story today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's better late than never, but people around the globe are waking up to the importance of zero emissions in the business sector in order to reduce pollution and carbon emission to zero. Indeed, by reducing global warming, humanity can coexist sustainably with the environment. Thank you for watching Business Story today with me, Opal Varansuda from The Nation. And see you in next episode. สวัสดีค่ะ